Fellow Anguillians, it is my distinct pleasure to address you at the commencement of Social Security Week 2015, of course in my capacity of Minister responsible for the subject of Social Security. While it is true that I have only recently been appointed as Minister of Social Security following the April 22nd general elections, it is not an unaccustomed position for me, since I have previously served as Minister for two separate periods, 1994 to 1999 and 2000 to 2010. In fact, I'm easily the person who has served longest as Minister of Social Security in the history of Anguilla's social security system, which now exceeds 30 years. Even before I assumed the responsibility, I was privileged to be associated with the father of the nation and of Social Security, the Honorable James Ronald Webster, and his vision of Social Security for the Anguillian people, and in fact bringing about the actual launch of the system on January 1st, 1982. In those early days, I recall being, as it were, in the trenches with Mr. Webster and others, principally Mr. Fabian Foy, Mr. Colville Petty, and Mr. Timothy Hodge, promoting Social Security to an overwhelmingly skeptical populace. Subsequently, as Minister, I have overseen much of its development over the years and have been gratified with its growing acceptance by the people of Anguilla. So I'm particularly pleased to once again be charged with the portfolio, which includes responsibility for what I have frequently referred to as the single most important institution for the social and economic well-being of the people of Anguilla. Social Security Week each year marks the anniversary of November 3rd, 1980, when the passage of Social Security took place. And this, the 35th anniversary of that date, the theme by the Social Security Board is Health, Safety, and Social Security, a shared responsibility, unquote. I find this theme to be quite an excellent one, and I must commend Miss Shakira Brown, the first former in Campus B of the Albina Lake Hodge Comprehensive School, for her winning entry for the competition held to choose a theme. It is a catchy theme with memorable rhyme, but even more importantly, with considerable depth. It makes me, for example, hearken back to a phrase which I repeated often in those early days when Social Security was by and large an alien concept. And that theme was from the biblical question, and I quote, "Am I my brother's keeper?" In the areas of health, safety, and social security, I would say emphatically, yes you are, yes I am, yes we all are. Clearly, we all have, and most take some responsibility for our own health, safety, and financial security. It is therefore undeniable that health, safety, and social security are indeed shared responsibilities. Health is a shared responsibility from several viewpoints. It is a parent's responsibility not to send the child to school because he or she has the flu, and so keep the remainder of the class from being exposed to those viruses. It is a shared responsibility because health care is a complex and costly and therefore requires tremendous financial, human, and other resources for it to be effective and efficient, equitable, and affordable. For the same reason, safety is a shared responsibility. No one can claim to be safe in a society where others are unsafe because of gun or other forms of violence. Workplace hazards do not discriminate or pick or choose their victims. Persons who drive safely are still at risk if they share the roads with reckless or drunk drivers. We all must share the cost of our police, fire, and other emergency services through the central provider, government. And Social Security is a shared responsibility as workers collectively contribute to provide protection for themselves and their families against the various risks faced in life which render them unable to work. These include sickness, maternity, old age, and death. Since these and other vagaries of life are unpredictable, The best made plans of personal savings and other forms of putting aside often fail when put to the test of prolonged or permanent inability to work. Because of these realities, Social Security systems have been designed across the world to provide reliable benefits to ensure some minimum standard of financial security when the breadwinner in a family is no longer able to do so. Healthy workers contribute more to society and to the system, while unhealthy workers contribute less and claim Social Security benefits more and earlier. Persons injured by accidents, crime, or other incidents affect the Social Security scheme similarly, and premature deaths from whatever cause add to the survivor benefits rolls. It is obvious then that Social Security system has a vested interest in the health and safety of all those who live and work here, and hence this week's theme, health, safety, and Social Security, a shared responsibility. I'm therefore pleased that during this Social Security Week 2015, the Social Security Board has selected a theme which is this broad in scope, because the Social Security institution is financially strong, well managed, and has a visionary approach as to its role in Anguilla's overall development. I trust that you recognize that the theme calls on you, the stakeholders, as well, to share the responsibility of building a healthy, safe, and prosperous Anguilla. I therefore take much pleasure in declaring this Social Security Week 2015 officially open. I thank you all very much for listening.